I don't know about you, but we miss travelling.
Hello everyone, I'm Claire, this is Craig, and for those of you that don't know us, one of the things we love to do the most is travel.
We've travelled to over 30 countries together in the last 5 years, and this year we were due to spend the whole year travelling.
We did start doing that in January, but then for obvious reasons we had to cut the rest of our trip short. And today is actually the day we were due to start the second part of our trip, and we were supposed to be flying off to Australia and New Zealand for 3 months. So since we're not doing that, we thought we'd look back and share with you our top 10 places we've ever travelled to.
We visited a lot of these places before I was paralysed, so if you're interested in what our life was like before then stay tuned.
But without further ado, let's get into number 10.
The home of pizza, pasta and gelato.
That can only mean one place.
Italy.
Food is an obvious draw to this country.
One of our favourite ever culinary experiences was this Roman dining experience in Pompeii.
Another thing we love about Italy are all the relics of ancient history that are still standing today.
From the Colosseum and Roman Forum to the cities buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius over 2,000 years ago.
Top of all that, Italy also has a magnificent coastline.
Its summers can be a bit too hot for us, but its mild winters are a firm favourite of ours to escape the cold back home. In at number 9 is Benelux.
Our next destination is actually 3 small countries, which share some great characteristics.
We absolutely love the cycling culture in these 3 countries. There are designated cycle paths everywhere, separate from both cars and footpaths, and it's the only place we've ever been where cars actually respect and give way to cyclists rather than honking and yelling at them.
Combine this with the Netherlands' picturesque canals and windmills, Belgium's quaint towns and cities, and Luxembourg's castles, and it's hard not to like being here.
Make sure not to miss the beers, chocolate, cheese, waffles and frites while you're here.
In at number 8 we have Malta. This is the first destination on this list that we visited since Craig's been in a wheelchair.
Year-round sunshine is a big draw for the 3 Maltese islands.
For such a small place, there's a surprisingly large amount of things to see and do.
The island of Malta boasts ancient walled cities and has a beautiful coastline. And the best part is, it takes less than an hour to travel from end to end.
This means that it's really easy to see all the best bits of the island in just a few days.
You can also take a short ferry ride to Gozo, where you can explore ancient megalithic temples and even more walled cities.
Malta's third island, Camino, is also worth seeing. The island only has 3 permanent residents, but it's home to some beautiful beaches and the famous Blue Lagoon, a popular snorkeling spot.
A lot of Brits love to fly off for a week or 2 in the summer to catch some sun on one of the Mediterranean beaches.
Now this destination is actually on the Adriatic Sea and not on the Mediterranean. But if we had to pick any destination to go for one of these typical types of summer holidays, then we would definitely pick Croatia.
It's not as touristy as some of the popular places like Spain, Greece or Turkey, but there's still plenty of tourist activities to do if you want them.
The beaches have some of the clearest blue seawater we've ever seen, and the Plitvice Lakes and Kirka National Parks are definitely worth a visit.
Summer or winter, we love the Alps, especially the French Alps.
It's hard to beat being in the middle of a mountain range, surrounded by snow-capped peaks, coniferous forests, alpine villages, and glacial blue rivers and lakes as far as the eye can see.
Some of our favourite experiences have been trying all of the outdoor adventure activities you can do in the Alps.
You can't beat a day skiing, snowboarding, sledding, mountain biking, monster scootering or hiking, followed by a relaxing dip in an outdoor hot tub.
Enjoying the warm water with views of snow-capped peaks and breathing in the cold mountain air definitely makes any spa day.
And if you love cheese, fondue, tartiflette and raclette are not to be missed.
In at number 5, we have the USA.
Fun fact, Craig actually lived here for 2 years when he was younger.
We haven't spent a huge amount of time here recently, but we like it because every time we visit we have a completely different experience, and it's definitely somewhere we want to explore more of.
Compared to living in Europe, each state feels like it's the size of an entire country, and there's so much variation in landscape between each state that it does actually feel like you're visiting a new country every time.
We'd love to do a massive road trip all over the US in the next few years.
We know that a lot of you guys live here, so if you've got any suggestions of the places that we can't miss, please let us know in the comments.
Number 4 is a place where the fields are made of lava and the sand is completely black.
We love this destination because it's like nowhere else we've ever been.
Where else can you walk between tectonic plates, witness smoking rivers and boiling hot water explode out of the ground and risk getting hit with a warm, eggy smelling shower as it crashes back down?
Look out at snow-capped peaks while swimming in an outdoor swimming pool that's nestled in the side of a mountain and heated by water trickling off that mountain.
Chase countless but incredibly impressive waterfalls.
Explore an abandoned plane wreck on a beach where the sand is completely black.
Watch some of the biggest waves you've ever seen crashing down onto the black beaches.
Take in endless lava fields.
Watch brilliantly blue icebergs floating on a glacier lagoon before getting washed onto another black sand beach.
If you haven't guessed it yet, we're talking about the land of fire and ice.
Iceland.
You can have so many incredible, unique experiences in Iceland, and it's a brilliant place for a road trip.
The only reason it's not higher on our list is because of all these unique attractions. Of course, everyone else wants to see them too, so don't expect tranquility.
Even if you hire a car and drive yourself to all the attractions, you can probably expect a tour bus to turn up while you're there.
And also, it's so expensive.
Luckily, all of the best bits are natural attractions which are free to visit, but accommodation and transport are so expensive that you can't spend as long as you want to here. Since this is a new video start for us, if you've made it this far, we'd love to know what you think. So drop a comment down below to let us know.
Should we make more videos like this, or would you prefer never to see something like this again? In at number 3, we have the Azores Islands.
This is probably the least well-known destination on our list, and it's also the last place that we visited.
This Portuguese archipelago has been referred to as Europe's answer to Hawaii.
Now, we've never been to Hawaii, so we can't confirm this, but if these islands in the middle of the Atlantic are anything like the ones in the middle of the Pacific, then we can see why Hawaii is such a popular destination.
The Azores Islands have many of the same draws as Iceland, except they're a lot less busy and a lot warmer. So warm in fact that they're home to Europe's only tea plantation.
As volcanic islands, hot springs are plentiful. In the town of Furnas on the island of São Miguel, steam even vents up through the streets.
Look at this, just chilling.
Here you can find a dish called cozido, a stew which has been cooked directly inside the hot springs on almost every menu.
In the summer, the Azores is renowned for whale watching. We were there in January, so we didn't see any, but we did enjoy watching some absolutely huge waves crash into the rocks.
Nature is one of the biggest draws, and the Azores has some pretty stunning scenery.
Intense blue and green lakes, volcanic peaks, and luscious green hills meeting the deep blue ocean.
The Azores is also home to a vast number of cows, which means they make some pretty great cheese. Our favourite was the one from the island of São Jorge.
We only visited 2 of the 9 islands, so we definitely plan to come back as soon as we can to see the rest.
At number 2, we have the second biggest country in the world.
Like the USA, Canada is so vast and varied. But the Canadian Rockies must be one of the most beautiful places in the whole world.
They are another ultimate road trip destination. With endless mountains, rivers, waterfalls, and lakes.
Some of these lakes are unbelievably blue. So blue that we almost felt like we were imagining it.
Swimming in some of them felt more like we were swimming in the Caribbean Sea than a lake.
Actually, if this list was ranked purely on the most beautiful views we've ever seen, then I think the Canadian lakes would dominate the top spots.
Besides the beautiful scenery, there's also plenty of wildlife to look out for while you're driving along.
We saw moose, elk, caribou, deer, and a family of bears even crossed the road right in front of us.
Probably our favourite wildlife sighting ever.
Not to mention, the Canadian people are also super friendly. We'd love to hear what your favourite destinations of all time are.
Leave a comment and let us know down below. And finally, at number 1,
Our favourite place we've ever been.
and what we consider to be the ultimate road trip destination.
We spent just under 2 weeks here back in 2015, and we've been dying to get back ever since.
We were supposed to be flying back there again today for 3 months, but we've had to postpone for obvious reasons. But we're definitely planning on getting back there as soon as possible.
While we say the single most beautiful view we've ever seen was in Canada, we did also drive through some parts of Canada that weren't quite so beautiful.
Don't get me wrong, they were still nice.
But as a destination, as a whole, we've got to give it to New Zealand for having the best scenery in the whole world.
In the 2 weeks we spent driving around the South Island, I'm not sure we saw a single thing that wasn't worth looking at.
We also had the best burger we've ever had in Queenstown, the legendary Ferg Burger.
It really does live up to the hype.
Our New Zealand trip had such a big impression on us that it's actually shaped the way we want to spend the next few years.
Be sure to check out our upcoming videos to find out why.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye!